Hello everyone and welcome back to Crosses Gaming. Today we are going to take a look at Clash Force. This old school NES-like action platformer promises the action many of us yearn for when we're thinking about the good old times of gaming. Whether it provides that and if it's actually good enough these days is the question we will try to answer today. Clash Force is available on Steam for €4.99 with a regional equivalent. Before I get into the review, I should mention that this game has been provided to me by the developer for free. So, I've actually was mostly done with this review for a few days already because I got the game pretty early on. But I wanted to wait for the game to be released because I really wanted to see what the price will be to make my final decision. Gameplay wise, Clash Force is not a particularly complex game. Essentially, there is only a handful of mechanics for you to play around with. But as we gamers know, that doesn't mean the game cannot be fun. The basic mechanics at your disposal are pretty obvious. Moving, jumping, and shooting. And moving and jumping systems are implemented in the most basic of ways. The only mechanic that got a bit of love and thus is a bit more enhanced is the shooting. And even that isn't particularly complicated. Your basic weapons shoot bullets as fast as you can push the button in one straight single line. But you can at least get upgrades for your gun. Some of them shoot 2 bullets in a straight line, some shoot 3 at an angle, and arguably the best one shoots 5 bullets in a cone in front of you. The only other real mechanic in Clash Force is a little shield that will once protect you from getting hurt, and will also protect you from losing your gun when you get hurt. Alright, I almost forgot to mention this. If you get hurt, you will revert to your basic gun. And to be honest, that's pretty much all there is when it comes to the mechanics you have at your disposal. The rest is just precise platforming, good aim, and good timing. Luckily the movement and shooting do feel pretty good, though I do wish there was an option for continuous shooting if you just held the key. Seriously, especially when it came to bosses, your best option would just be to mash the key as quickly as possible. The enemies are pretty basic as well. They all have predetermined behaviors and once you know them, they really aren't that hard to avoid. Clash Force provides you with 21 levels that you can try to beat on 2 different difficulty levels, normal and hard. I know, it's not really that much, and if you play on normal difficulty, the game will take a maximum of few hours to finish. If you prefer a bit more of a challenge, you can try the hard difficulty, and then you will get a bit more out of Clash Force. So, in terms of gameplay, Clash Force really is a bit of a past looming into the present. It's not bad. For what it's supposed to be, it's even good, but these days, action platformers do usually provide a bit more. Now to the graphics. And as you can see from the video, they are also pretty simplistic. A pixel art style very reminiscent of the 8-bit days is what the devs decided to use for Clash Force. And since the whole point of Clash Force is to give you that 8-bit nostalgia, they fit very well. Something somewhat similar can be said about the music. It's also very 8-bitty sort of soundtrack, and in my personal opinion, it's probably the best feature of Clash Force. Performance wise, yeah, it works well. It's the kind of game even a mobile phone that's a few years old would run without any problems. And nor did I encounter any bugs or crashes. So, in conclusion, Clash Force is a good game, no doubt about that, especially if you enjoy a bit of nostalgia from the 8-bit times. The biggest problem I have with Clash Force is its price. $5 really isn't that cheap for how much value you will get out of it. If you're just a casual gamer and you won't be touching the hard difficulty, I'd probably suggest you look elsewhere for an action platformer. If you're a bit more hardcore and enjoy a challenge, to be honest, just buy Cuphead. The only case in which I'd recommend this is you're already done with Cuphead, are yearning for that nostalgia for 8-bit era, and you want to go for a hard mode. So, that's it for today guys. Hope you liked the review, and if you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And comment if you have something you would like to add. See you guys later with more gaming content.